Okay, are we ready? Everybody ready? Take a deep breath. I'm serious, take a deep breath. Oh yes, this one. Thank you.
This is where I'm the wrong side.
All right. Anytime you're ready. They're going to be going at the same time. two interpreters to one presenter.
It's Sunday morning.
That's right.
So recipe number one. We'll be doing bagels. Bagels are very simple breads. First, you need 4 cups of flour. Take 4 cups of flour, put it in a large metal bowl. In a separate bowl, put 2 tablespoons of rapid rise yeast and 2 cups of cold water.
What was that second ingredient? There was rapid rise grease.
Rapid rise yeast. Ease your sentence. Cold water.
Cold water. And how much?
2 cups.
2 cups. Thank you very much.
Okay, and one thing I forgot, actually. 1 tablespoon of salt in with the flour. Sift it in with the flour. So what you want to do is gently mix the water and yeast together, and then you wait for the yeast to form a foam on the top of the cold water. This takes about 15 minutes. Once this head, if you will, is formed on the yeast water, pour this into the flour. Then mix until you get that wonderful sort of paste. Take the dough that you formed and pour it out into a floured surface on the table, and then you knead gently, not too much. You don't want the dough too tight. You knead it until it's just I don't know the word, elastic. Take the dough, you put it back in the bowl, you set it aside. It will rise for 20 minutes. While you wait, during the rise, you heat the oven to 350 and you melt 1 stick of butter. more thing you do while the dough is rising is boil 1 large pot of water. Stock pot. So you want to do just this 20-minute rise because you, unlike other breads, bagels need to be kind of tight. Bagels are massive. If you ever have them, they're not fluffy pieces of confection, so they actually get a short rise. You take the bagel dough, you divide it in half, you set 1/2 aside. You take the other half and you divide it into, in this case, 12 equal parts. With these even little parts of dough, you take them out, put them in your hand, you put them on the table, and you roll them out till you get even little balls of dough. Then you pick up one at a time, you pinch the middle. I'm giving it a belly button. You push your 2 fingers through, and you literally twirl it on your fingers until you get that bagel shape that we're looking for. You take your melted butter, you put butter down on your cookie sheets, your baking sheets. You take the bagels that you've sort of twirled around, and you turn them so what is the inside of the bagel becomes the top of the bagel. And you put that down on the cookie sheets, 12 bagels at a time. You take 1 egg, you separate the white from the yolk, and you use the white to brush the tops of each bagel. And you put the sheet in the oven 30 minutes at 350 until it's golden brown and looks like new. Pull the bagels out, let them cool in a rack, top with your favorite cream cheese, mixed cheese, never peanut butter. If I hear about peanut butter, I will find you.
Great, thank you very much, ladies. We can go and switch. Next person up, please.
Doing bagels?
What's that?
Doing bagels or brownies? Or does
Brownies.
All right.
I think you forgot to boil your bagels, though.
Oh, you're right again. I'm trying to remember with this. This is wonderful. You gotta boil the bagel. Oh my god.
Major component of the bagel. I went,
You have to boil the bagel.
Are you
Are you
boil
this?
them after he bakes them?
No, you have to boil them. You say, oh my god.
It's on that box.
right, so there will be another opportunity to talk about
You
bagels,
just boil
right?
the pot of water for humidity,
Yeah, humidity.
for your clear skin.
That's like when you're birthing babies. Go boil a pot of water. Why? No one knows.
You just do
You
it.
gotta give the guy something to do.
That's right.
You gotta boil your bagels.
Are you next?
Yeah.
That.
Oh, is she doing your thing?
Oh, you're filming something?
Yeah, I think it'd be a little bit easier than trying to transfer it.
So now I have to see myself. That's
Oh, I'm gonna minimize it.
no. Okay, well, as long as you minimize it, that's
Yeah.
wonderfully distracting.
Maybe it's gonna go like this.
So, like,
It's gonna like
Yeah.
very big.
Sweet.
Oh,
And then
thank you.
you minimize it after?
What I press after?
Yeah.
All right, teams, you know how you're supporting? You know what they're doing?
All I'm looking for is
Look at that. Oh, I like that one. That's nice. Okay.
I'd like actually to ask you guys a question that would help me. Sometimes it's helpful for me to pause, maybe before you need me to pause. I can know the next piece if that is all right.
the way you did it before.
I didn't get to pause as often as I would like the way we did it before.
Oh.
If that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, you can pause whenever you want.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. This is my grandmother's brownie recipe. When I'm deciding whether to make this recipe, I always have one question I have to answer first, is whether I use lard or I use vegetable shortening. My grandmother grew up in rural Maine, and you always have to decide before you start the recipe which one you're going to use. Vegetable shortening. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Need a 9-inch by 9-inch brownie pan. Lightly grease the brownie pan with either your lard or your shortening. A little bit of flour, shake the flour around. You want to dust the inside of the brownie pan. You dump out the old flour that you don't need to put the brownie pan down. In a glass bowl, my grandmother didn't have a microwave, but I get to use a microwave. In a glass bowl, I take 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate and 1/4 cup of either lard or vegetable shortening. Put them together in a bowl and nuke them in the microwave until it's all melted. One cup would be good. Okay. In a standing mixing bowl, standing mixer is the one that comes at the top. It's like the big standing mixer, the shelf mixer. You put in 1 cup of sugar and 2 eggs. mix everything together till you get this nice, wonderful sort of yellowy, viscous, sugary mix. To that, you will add your melted chocolate and lard. When that's all together, you add 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of walnuts. You pour all of that into the large pot of boiling water you had when you were making your bagels. Something else available to me, I had to try. You take that, you pour it into your already prepared brownie pan. The brownies go into the oven for 35 minutes. After 35 minutes, you take a toothpick or a matchstick or even a knife, and you put it in the middle of the brownie pan. If the knife comes out just a little bit, you want it a little bit tacky. You don't want it liquidy, but just a little bit tacky left on the knife. Then your brownies are going to make it. Allow the brownies to cool completely. Cut, serve. Dessert.
I'm going to let you do another one with them because this was only about 5 minutes. You need a little bit more to work with.
All right.
So it can be a surprise.
This will be a surprise. I'm surprised. We could do Alton Brown's chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, hold on. Let me remember Alton Brown's chocolate chip cookie recipe. All right. Well, let's just do this then, because I don't remember it entirely. So this will be fun. This will be entirely out of order, and I'll have to backtrack. Is that cool?
It's great. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Fabulous.
They
So
will love
Alton
it.
Brown's chocolate chip cookie recipe number 10, he calls it, is as follows. Melt 2 sticks of butter. Allow the butter to cool a little bit. You don't want it to solidify again to room temperature, but you want cool melted butter. To that, you will add 3/4 cup of white sugar and 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 egg yolks. Three-quarter cup white sugar, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I hope I said 1 teaspoon. Okay. It's very important, again, that the butter not be hot when you do this, because you will cook your eggs and you'll end up with little chunks of scrambled egg in your cookie. That's bad. In a separate bowl, you mix 2 1/4 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Mix this together with these. Two and a quarter cup. Teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking soda powder. Right, this is very important with this recipe. You always add the liquid into the dry. In any cookie recipe, all the grounds say that the liquid always goes into the dry. Sugar is considered a liquid because it actually melts in the butter and the egg in this case. You pour that into your dry. Add to that mixture 2 cups of chocolate chips. Ghirardelli is preferred. You mix that up, you take your favorite sort of soup spoon, that's a good size for these cookies, and you just scoop out one at a time onto a parchment paper lined cookie sheet that will go into a 375-degree oven for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, you take a look. As long as they're golden brown, they come out. They cool for 2 minutes on the pan. Remove them from the pan, let them cool completely on a wire rack. Serve with milk. Chocolate chip
Okay.
cookie number 10.
Switch it out. I'll be right back.
How am I doing?
Good?
Anything else you need for
Not me. I'm not the one working. How about you guys?
more, less? Questions, concerns?
Good? No, I think he's our second feedback person on the team, so. All right.
Okay, seafood chowder. This is another grandmother's recipe. Cool having a grandmother from Maine. So, dice 2 large carrots, slice 2 large stalks of celery, and mince 1 medium-sized white onion.
What was the second? It was carrots.
Celery, and then onions. Okay. You take those vegetables and you put them in a preheated pot with 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pot. You gently saute the vegetables. Medium low temperature. If you are lazy like I am, you will have already purchased cooked lobsters still in the shell, a couple of cooked crabs still in the shell, and then clams. These you add to the pot. Lobster, crab, and clams. And this is really important, I should have said this. Make sure they're clean before you put them in. Don't want sand from the ocean floor in your chowder. You then add to this 1 stick of butter and 6 cups of heavy cream.
That's to the pan. Sorry.
Oh yeah. You bring this up to temperature, which is to a simmer. You never let dairy boil because it splits. So you bring it to a light simmer, and you let that cook for about 25 minutes. All right, so what you want to do is you want to get a large bowl, you put a big whisk or something like that in the middle, or whatever you have as a strainer. You take that large pot of dairy happy liquid, you pour it all through the strainer so the liquid drains out into your bowl, but catches all the vegetables and everything else that you're add. So you have this bowl of the cooking liquid that you have. Pull that off to the side. You take your crab and your lobster. You take the shell off of all that. You clean that. You cut that meat up. You put it back in this pot that you already poured everything out of. Okay. Same with the clams. The clams will open up. You clean the clams off. The shells can all be thrown away. You have all that wonderful meat chopped up in, stew-like sizes. And you let that start to come to heat. You add 1 cup of wine to that. Okay, you let the wine cook down a little bit so the alcohol sort of burns off. You add your their cream liquid back into the pot. Okay, now here you're presented with a choice because you're dealing with consistency. You can either leave it where it is, which gives you a very thick chowder, stew, or you can add to it vegetable stock if you like, or if you're crazy, more heavy cream, or skim milk to the consistency that you desire. So it brings that stew to the consistency you wish.
What was the third? You said the vegetable stock and then
Oh, the skim milk or just dairy but not fat. Salt and pepper to taste. Serve. Great.
He's gonna, you actually, tell how you would set a table to serve that.
Do you want to talk about how I set table? This is my grandmother's table, and this is okay. This is important. All right. So in my house, and I'm gonna give you all these details. You go downstairs to the basement pantry. On the third shelf from the bottom, on the left, is the soup tureen. You get that, put that upstairs on the counter in the kitchen.
So, is that the third shelf?
Soup tureen. Tourine. It's from the bottom, right? Yeah, third shelf on the bottom. There are a couple different ways actually to prepare the tureen. Some people actually bring this back to a pot of boiling water, add hot water to the tureen so the tureen's hot already before you add the stew. I actually like to do that. It's a nice china piece, it holds heat well. So I heat the tureen, I pour the water out, and I put the stew in the tureen. Alright, so if I'm using my grandmother's tureen, I'm actually using this it's a nice china bowl. It has little, it's a Limoges piece of china, it's her china. So around it is this wonderful stenciled little rose border. It has a lid, matching spoon, it's ridiculous. I love it. Yeah, okay. I'll add this to the tureen. I'll put the lid on the tureen. That sits on the counter just for a second because it doesn't take long to set the table. I have a nice white linen. I'll put it on the dining room table. If I'm doing this kind of meal, it's usually just 2 or 3 friends, so maybe I'll light candles and put those on the table. I need 1 dinner plate. Again, it'll be in the same setting because that's what my grandmother would want. Then I have stew bowls that match. Make sure you have. No matter when you set the table, no matter what you're eating, even if you only think you will ever need the spoon, you set the complete table. Salad fork, dinner fork, knife, teaspoon, soup spoon, dessert spoon.
the order of this over where
Yeah.
from left to
So,
right?
salad fork, dinner fork, knife, teaspoon, soup spoon, dessert spoon. So in this case, you're pretty much ready. You can serve this with something cream-based. Usually a white wine is best. Someone will ask for a glass of milk. Tell them not to. It's way too much dairy. Or ice water. I usually put a pitcher of ice water on the table. You want a nice big loaf of crusty bread, something like a sourdough or something like that. That will all go on the table. The tureen gets put down in the middle of the table. You sit down with your friends and talk about my grandmother.
Okay, let's switch it out. In our team of 3, pick whoever would like another opportunity.
Oh, this knows go. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Perfect.
Are these just running?
Mm-hmm. Probably would stop it in between.
Can we stop that one
Can we stop it?
and start it again, please?